Oh, Joseph.
I know. What's happening?
Yep. I can tell it's not going to be a very good St. Patty's Day.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Already something went wrong.
Something went wrong?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, I was eating some Lucky Charms this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's that cereal with that little leprechaun running around all over the place.
Yeah.
I was eating me a big old bowl of Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
And not only did I find a Lucky Charm in there, but I found a hair in my Lucky Charm.
A hair in your...
Lord, I about lost my breakfast now. Well, one good thing, buddy.
One good thing?
It was a green hair.
Really?
I'm with Buddy Carr and Bob. I was telling you earlier that Bob Young will be addressing the M-Bucks today at noon, and Bob, being the professional that he is in journalism and otherwise, is not unprepared. He has...
Mr. Microphone.
Love that, Bob. I love
Just
that.
like the commercial. Hey, good looking. I'll be right back to pick you up in the Lewis family bus.
Don't forget to sing along with Ain't It Funky now, or something on that thing, Bob.
I'm not going to take this silly thing with me.
You're not going to
have that.
I tell you what, we were talking about that yesterday. Ronco's got a $6 million advertising campaign.
How about that?
And along with Mr. Microphone is the Pocket Fisherman, which I have.
You have the Pocket Fisherman in there?
Yeah, it comes with a little booklet. Well, listen to this, Bob. Tips,
All right.
Tips for fishermen. It says here, using nude photos of Jacques Cousteau as bait will not work on these things. What a relief to learn that. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad about Marty Robbins dying, wasn't it?
Sure was a shame.
I was listening on the news a while ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was one of my favorites.
Was
he
he?
raced cars, sang good country songs.
Yeah, he did do
They were
that.
talking about he was so poor when he was a kid that music was kind of a luxury to him.
Yeah, they said that, too.
That's pretty poor, but doesn't come anywhere near being as poor as I was when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
No,
And how
I
poor?
was really poor.
How poor were you?
Well, we were so poor we couldn't afford a watchdog. You know, we lived in a rough area of town.
Yeah.
We were so poor we couldn't afford a watchdog, so at night we'd hear noise, we'd all sit up in the bed and bark.
Other than John Hall walking here.
Well, I tell you, it was a heart-stopping moment.
Yes, it was. It was almost as heart-stopping as the drawing for the $11,000 Camaro.
Almost, but not quite.
I asked John if he had been up all night, and he said no, he was still wiping the sleepy out of his eyes, but, he's our resident drinker here, and he has some bad luck. He said... Really?
Yeah, right, sure. Tell me about John Hall's
Well,
bad luck.
we were talking about his drinking the other day. It was around, I guess, 4:45, and I said, why don't you call Alcoholics Anonymous, John? So he did, and they answered the phone and told him it was Miller time.
Well, John better hurry up and get his work done because the boss will be in here in a couple of hours.
Yeah, he will, or less. By the way, John has come up with a new drink, Bob. It's 2 jiggers of 100 proof vodka.
Goodness.
And a teaspoon of tomato juice.
Well, that sounds like a very strong Bloody Mary. Is that?
It's called a blood shortage, Bob.
Blood shortage, okay.
Hello.
Well, you shouldn't have promised if you ain't gonna do it.
Hey.
Buddy,
Yeah.
how's it going?
What's going on there?
I'm on Scooter's case, boy. He's always promising people who do things, promises me and his grandma he'll clean up the yard and this, that, and the other, and he won't do it.
Yeah.
He says, well, promises are like pie crust, they sometimes break.
I've heard
I said,
that.
yeah. Promises are like babies.
What?
They're fun to make, but tough to deliver.